Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel USA Immigration and Visa. Today we are going to discuss how we can change status from B1/B2 visa to green card. Let's start the video. Changing from B1/B2 visa to green card enables foreign visitors to stay permanently in the United States. The B1/B2 visa, visitor visa, is a non-immigrant visa for short business or tourism visits to the U.S. A green card allows non-U.S. citizens to live, work, and travel permanently anywhere in the U.S. Adjustment of status from B1/B2 visa to green card is done through family-based immigration, employment-based immigration, or investment-based immigration. Family-based immigration grants a green card to B1/B2 visitors who are sponsored by their U.S. citizen relatives. Employment-based immigration changes the B1/B2 visa to green card through employer sponsorship. Investment-based immigration is done through the EB-5 visa program, which grants permanent residence to qualified foreign investors. B1/B2 visa holders get green cards by investing a minimum amount in a U.S. business to qualify for the EB-5 program. The investment must lead to at least 10 full-time jobs for Americans. How to change status from B1/B2 visa to green card. Applying for a green card with a B1/B2 visa can be complicated because of your non-immigrant intent during the B1/B2 application process. You need to prove that your decision to apply for green card happened during your stay in the U.S. and not before obtaining your B1/B2 visa. Some examples below where it is possible to change a B1/B2 visa to a U.S. green card without violating non-immigrant intent. 1. The first example is a foreign citizen entering the U.S. on a B2 visa to visit his/her U.S. citizen spouse. During the application for the B2 visa, the foreign spouse only intended to visit their U.S. citizen spouse for a short period. The foreign spouse got an approved B2 visa, but the U.S. citizen spouse became sick during the foreign spouse's visit and needed to be taken care of. The foreign spouse decided to apply for a green card to permanently stay and take care of the U.S. citizen spouse. 2. The second example is a foreign citizen on B1 visa who was offered an employment opportunity in the U.S. during their visit. The U.S. employer was willing to sponsor the foreign citizen's green card so she can be permanently employed in the United States. It is recommended that you follow the 90-day rule when applying for a green card from B1/B2 visa. The 90-day rule is used as a guideline by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, to determine whether you violated your non-immigrant status. Doing any of the following within 90 days of your entry into the U.S. means that you violated the conditions of the visitor visa. 1. Engaged in unauthorized employment. 2. Enrolled in an unauthorized course of study without the appropriate student visa. 3. Married a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. 4. Filed a green card application. The 90-day rule does not automatically mean a successful green card application. Following the 90-day rule prevents any complications and issues, and you do decide to apply for a green card on visitor visa. There are 3 ways for changing a B1/B2 visa to green card. The first is through immediate relative and family-based immigration visas wherein a U.S. citizen or permanent resident sponsors the foreign citizen's green card. The second is through employment-based immigration visas wherein a U.S. employer petitions a foreign worker to be employed permanently in the U.S. The third is through the EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program, where the B1/B2 visa holder can get a green card without sponsorship. The EB-5 program requires a minimum investment that creates at least 10 full-time jobs for Americans. The next section discusses the procedures for changing status from visitor visa to green card. 1. B1/B2 visa to green card through immediate relative and family-based immigration visas. Immediate relative and family-based immigration visas are granted to the foreign fiancé, e.s., spouses, children, parents, or siblings of U.S. citizens and green card holders. Below is the process of going from B1/B2 visa to green card if you are related to a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. 1. Filing Form I-130, Petition for Alien Relative to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS. 2. Filing Form I-485, Application to register permanent residence or adjust status to obtain a green card if you are in the U.S. 3. Filing DS-260, Immigrant Visa Electronic Application if you are outside the U.S. 2. B-1/B-2 Visa to Green Card through Employment-Based Immigration Visas. Employment-based immigration visas grant green cards to foreign citizens who are permanently employed in the U.S. There are different types of employment-based immigration visas. The EB-1 visa is for persons with extraordinary ability, EB-1A, outstanding professors or researchers, EB-1B, and multinational managers or executives, EB-1C. The EB-2 visa is for professionals with advanced degrees, EB-2A, persons with exceptional ability, EB-2B, and persons with a national interest waiver, EB-2C. The EB-3 visa is for skilled workers, professionals, and unskilled workers. You can get a green card if you qualify for the EB-1 visa, EB-2 visa, or EB-3 visa. There are 4 steps to go from B1/B2 visa to green card through employment immigration. 1. Find a U.S. sponsoring employer. 2. Obtaining labor certification from the Department of Labor. A labor certification proves that there is no available qualified American to fill the job position. Applicants for the EB-1A visa and EB-2C visa do not need to have a labor certification or sponsoring employer. 3. Filing Form I-140, Immigrant Petition for Alien Worker to the USCIS. 4. Getting your green card. 5. Accomplishing DS-260, Immigrant Visa Electronic Application if you are outside the U.S., consular processing. 6. Filing Form I-485, Application to register permanent residence if you are within the U.S., adjustment of status. 3. B1/B2 visa to green card through the EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program. The EB-5 visa program is an immigrant visa that allows foreign citizens to gain permanent residence through investment. B1/B2 visa holders do not need to have sponsorship when applying for the EB-5 visa. Minimum investment in a U.S. business that leads to at least 10 full-time jobs for Americans is the main requirement of the EB-5 visa program. The 4 steps for changing from B1/B2 visa to green card through investment. 1. File Form I-526, Immigrant Petition by Alien Investor to the USCIS. 2. Fill out DS-260 if you are outside the U.S. 3. File Form I-485 if you are residing in the U.S. 4. Submit Form I-829, Petition by Investor to remove conditions on permanent resident status to gain lawful permanent residence. How long does the B1/B2 visa to green card take to process? The average processing time from a B1/B2 visa to green card is 18 to 30 months. The total duration of application depends on the type of visa you applied for, the priority date for your country, and the service center. The process of getting a green card is longer for applicants from India and China who are experiencing over 10 years of delay in the application. When can you apply for green card after B1/B2 visa? The recommendation is to apply for a green card from B1/B2 visa from the 91st day onward of your arrival to the U.S. Following the 90-day rule even when applying outside the U.S., consular processing avoids conflicts on non-immigrant intent when transitioning from B1/B2 visa to green card. What are the special considerations for B1/B2 visa? You need to consider the following when changing a B1/B2 visa to green card. 1. Extending your B1/B2 visa. You can apply for an extension for your visitor visa which adds another 6 months to your stay in the U.S. Filing for an extension gives you more time to process an adjustment of status to green card from visitor visa. 2. Maintaining B1/B2 status. Traveling repeatedly on B1/B2 visa while married to a U.S. citizen or permanent resident can cause problems in the future. The length of time between your visits and your ties to your home country are significant factors in your admittance to the U.S. Getting a green card instead of keeping your B1/B2 visa removes this complication and allows you to travel more easily within and outside the U.S. 3. Applying for a K visa. The K visa is a non-immigrant visa category for the eligible fiancé, e.s., spouses, and children of U.S. citizens. K visas allow for dual intent and can be used to apply for permanent residence. Obtaining a K visa instead of the B1/B2 visa simplifies your green card application as an immediate relative of a U.S. citizen. That's all in this video. I hope the information is helpful. See you next time in another video.